Welcome back, everybody. We are about to go on to the winner's match here in Group E of the TLS Season 2. I want to do a quick shout out to the sponsors first, though. Razor and Twitch TV, of course. They are super duper awesome. And Team Liquid as well. Team Liquid. Yes, awesome. Anyway, winner's match. Napoleon versus Wands. Now, alright, so Napoleon, man, this is actually interesting. So you know what this is? This is the battle of the person I like way overhyped last season versus the guy I'm currently overhyping. You know, it's like battle of ex-girlfriend versus current girlfriend. Although I guess that doesn't really apply to me since I have neither. Ho! Let's go into the game. Alright. At the bottom left, as the teal Zerg, we have Napoleon. At the top right is the brown Protoss. We have Sir Wands the Valiant, the hero of Ire, the man who will win the entire TLS. I'm calling it right now, baby. I'm telling you, this guy, he's going to be a champion. He's going to take out Zeke. I'll try and put him in Zeke's group in round 16. Just knock Zeke out first round. Be easy peasy. Anyway. So we're on match point, two-player map. As you can see, the Overlord heading straight across. Gonna go not straight to the main, but rather kind of a little bit off towards the natural that's over here, just to check that out. Now this is a map with a lot of possibilities for proxy gates and all that kind of good cheesy shenanigans. We saw last week in Nazor by a very unfortunate cannon rush block at his opponent's natural, which didn't quite work out. But it does not look like Wands is going to do anything like that here. Now I'm trying to think back to Wands' qualifier games. He must have played some high-level PVZs. Let me just have a quick look, actually. I'm just going to cheat a little bit. No, it looks like... Oh no, he did play against Cozy in the semifinals of one of them. Yeah, okay, that's right. So he did play against Cozy. And I think actually in that match, he went down 0-1, losing the first game to Cozy, just kind of getting outclassed, and then came back in the next two games very impressively. On this map, actually, I also remember, I think he got into a really, into actually quite a bad position against Cozy, and then did like a crazy 2DT2 High Templar drop in Cozy's main, and just did a sick comeback, and then ended up winning the series. It was actually quite amazing to watch. Of course, Cozy ended up making it into the TLS anyway, although he did fall in, I think, last week's groups. Or no, was he in last week, or was it the week before? I can't remember, but I think he got knocked out in the group stages. By draw, in fact. I think he was in Draw's group. I think that means he was in the first week. Anyway, so we do have the forward to the front here. I don't think that's Zergling tight, so he's going to have to be a little bit careful of that. But in the meantime, he's doing a really nice job blocking the hatchery here of Napoleon. Now, Napoleon has sent another drone to the middle only, but you can see he really would rather take the natural, and he does actually manage to take the natural. He's really persistent about that. Would really rather take that than the third. Of course, this is just a mineral only. It's quite exposed. It's more often that you see the Zergs take the natural and then take the top left gas base here that you can see. Even though it does have kind of two entrances, it's still a pretty good base, at least in ZBP. And we do see Wands doing a very kind of Fighting Spirit-esque wall here, in fact. I don't actually know if that's tight. It looks tight, but I'm not sure. So there's going to be a gap here, and there's a gap here that he has to block, but otherwise it's a pretty decent wall. And he can, later on, he can, of course, mine out the minerals if he wants to give himself more space, but he doesn't really need to. So, let us see. Gas going up. We can see Napoleon has taken the third that I was talking about here at the top left. And he's going to chase this probe with a single Zergling and send the other Zergling to scout, presumably. Indeed he is. Interestingly, he put his first Overlord at the front of the wall and is sending the second Overlord to go check out the main. So he's not going to actually have any vision of what's going on inside Wands' main for quite a while here. I mean, for all he knows, Wands could be doing some kind of crazy early second gate at the natural into Zealot attack. He just has no idea. Seems a little bit risky to me, considering he already has a Zergling checking the front. I don't know why he needs this Overlord here, but he could just put the Zergling here and have the Overlord go in the main, which is what is much more common, but I don't know. I guess we'll see how it works out. I mean, it's not like Wands is doing anything anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Napoleon, by the way, is surprisingly low APM. I didn't realize he was that low APM player. I guess he just doesn't spam at the beginning of the game. That could be it. Since there's nothing to do just yet. And it looks like the first Zealot is going to push that Zergling away. Should probably just pull back once it gets halfway. I mean, he can continue, but as you can see, enough Zerglings are being made to stop it. So if he sends that out now, it'll just die. It's not really, they're not really going to accomplish anything. You do see the target on the way. The Overlord is going to make its way in now. But I feel like now it's probably going to die, especially if Wands makes a Dragoon. If Wands makes a Dragoon, you can probably actually kill both of those Overlords, which would be really bad for Napoleon. Meanwhile, Zealot looks like it's actually just going to sacrifice itself to check where the third base is. Not going to see it at the middle only, now going to go check the top left. He might actually make it, in fact, to the top left. He will die to 5 Lings, but he will make it. Actually, 2 more Lings even coming out for Napoleon. Slightly concerned. And, oh, actually, he's going to turn around and go home here, so I guess he just assumes the base is at the top left and he's going to try and survive. Scanning Probe does fall. I don't think it saw the Spire, but that's okay. Looks like we have a 4th hatchery as well. And we have another Zealot actually going to go help its buddy. So with 2 Zealots there, they will actually be able to take on these 4 Lings. Oh, this is like this guy's going to take a lot of damage first. And it's nice. So Wands actually saves that, so pretty well done for him. You know, force a few Zerglings. Saw nothing at the middle only, so he probably, you know, he kind of knows that the base is probably going to be up there. Although, uh-oh, a lot of speed is coming in. There's only 1 cannon. Ooh, is he going to block this ramp, though? He can block that arrow ramp. Does he see it coming, though? Oh, he sees the Zerglings. Oh, man. He's going to try and block it, but he doesn't have quite enough, and his Zealots were already damaged from the initial engagement, so he's going to pull back now. Interestingly, a Goon can even fit there. I didn't know a Goon could fit through there. And having killed a few of the Zerglings, and with the cannon backing him up, he will be okay now. Interestingly, he's not even building a second cannon. I would have thought he would have panicked and made a second one. He's going to build it now, but Wands seems to be pretty calm. Or maybe this is slow reaction, I'm not sure which. Hey, the first Corsair, it looks like killed... The first 2 Corsairs, yeah, killed the Overlord in the main, and they're now going to go kill this Overlord in the natural. And there's not really anything Napoleon can do about it. He's got his Spire about just done now, so he's going to make a few Scourge, although he has supply blocks now. Which means that actually these Corsairs might even get a 3rd Overlord if he's supply blocked long enough that he can't make the Scourge. You can see he's making a couple more Overlords now, but still can't make them. So yeah, I feel like Wands can probably get a 3rd Overlord here with these 2 Corsairs. He's actually made a 3rd Corsair, so he's actually going for a good number of Corsairs here. He's not getting +1 attack, but he is going to get a fair number of Corsairs. Now, you know, that's fairly common nowadays to get a decent number of Corsairs, because most maps nowadays are really good for Muta Harass. They have like cliffs at the back of the natural that you can just, you know, have your Muta micro over. But on match point, you're not quite as vulnerable. It looks like Wands does actually lose one of his Corsairs at the top left. But yeah, the natural on match point, I mean, there is a high ground here. It's not quite as bad as some maps, and the main is perfectly protected. So I don't think you need to go Corsairs as much, and also the map is quite open here. There's not as much terrain to fly around and abuse as some other maps. But otherwise, it's not bad. Anyway, it looks like Wands is now going to move out with his ground army. It seems that Napoleon's seen it. He's pulled his dudes back. He's got a pretty nice SimCity here at the natural. It should be absolutely fine with 3 sunken colonies. 2 sunken colonies in a decent position at the top left, but if Wands does go for that with these speed logs... Oh, they do have speed now, actually. He should be fine. Looks like he's actually pulling back the Dragoon. That's actually a pretty cool, smart move as well, because the speed lots, of course, will have a much easier time actually running away if things get bad. You know, they're much smaller, they can slip through all the gaps, and they're much faster than the Goons. They can easily run away if they need to, whereas the Goon would just get stuck, and it's not that useful anyway in the attack, so just going with the Zealots is good. So he's not going for the 3rd, he's running around somewhere. Interestingly, he's going to see the Mutas coming out, so he's going to buy himself some time. It's curious that Napoleon went Mutas, even seeing Wands go for mass Corsairs. I mean, look at this, there's plenty of Corsairs to deal with Mutas right now, so I don't really know what Napoleon's thinking going for Mutalisks. It's a little bit weird to me. Is he getting upgrade? Oh, he is getting +1 carapace, so that's going to help a lot, especially because Wands isn't getting +1. That's going to do so much against the Corsairs, and oh man, he's getting a lot of Scourge here. So Napoleon is saying, you know, I don't care if you're going Corsairs, I want air control anyway. And it looks like, is he going to force an Archon? He might. I don't know if it's necessary. Look at that! Oh, he's going to make it anyway. I was going to say, if he didn't make the Archon there, I would have been really impressed. Because he's already got so many Corsairs, he might just be like, you know, I have enough Corsairs, I just want the Storm anyway. Because it's very easy to like freak out against Mutas and over defend and just make, you know, make all your Templars into Archons and make a bunch of Corsairs, and suddenly the Zerg switch into Hydra and you just have nothing to deal with it. And of course the Zerg can, you know, tech switch very, very easily, just given the nature of how Zerg production works. So that's, yeah, it's a risk. And it looks like, man, Napoleon has a lot of Scourge now. Protoss army is moving out. This Archon is going to be quite key in helping defend the Corsairs against these Scourge, although it's also going to come down to how well Napoleon splits his Scourge as well. He doesn't want to come all head-on in a line. He wants to kind of spread them out in a nice arc, maybe get a flank attack, get a surround. But oh my god, why has Napoleon got all these Overlords flying around? What are they doing? Where the hell are those guys going? Is that just a miss-rally or something? Oh man, something went weird there. So Napoleon getting himself supply block, sacrificing a whole bunch of Overlords for seemingly no purpose whatsoever. I don't really know what that was for, but that was a lot of minerals down the drain. Waltzmeal is getting third base, but here we go. The Corsairs, are they going to get out of position? A few Scourge do hit, but the Mutas are going to start taking Archon hits, so the Scourge do come in, and a lot of the Corsairs do fall, but the Archon gets a couple of hits on the Mutas, and the Mutas are in full retreat, and now the Zealot Archon army is bearing down on this top left base. There's 3 Sunkens there, but Sunkens are not going to do very much against Speedlots, and there's no SimCity either. I think he might want to target down the Archons with the Sunkens so that the Mutas can come in, because that's the only chance he has here. More Scourge are coming in, only 2 courses are remaining, but it looks like the Zealots and Archons have closed with the Sunken colonies. Napoleon, he's moving in with the Archon, or sorry, he's moving in with the Mutas, but it doesn't matter, the Mutas are all going to fall. Napoleon is losing his third base. Wands could actually 2-0 his group. I can't believe it. Oh man, I predicted that he would advance. I called it, but I was just kidding, guys. I didn't actually think he would win. Holy shit. Wands is a beast. Wands is beast moding it up. Man, he actually needs to attack this hatchery though, because Hydras are coming in. He actually needs to kill the hatchery. Oh my god. Man, how mad are you now, Draw? How mad is KC right now? I wish I could see his face. This is so good. Oh my god, the underdog, the Dark Horse, is about to advance by taking out Terror and Napoleon. I mean, seriously? For reals? This cannot be happening. This, like, I couldn't even have scripted this better if I had rigged the group. Seriously, this is amazing. Oh, so good. So good. Alright, anyway, now Napoleon, alright, he's not completely dead. He's like mostly dead. He's at 56 supply, and it's 124. He just lost his third, so now Protoss is on 3 base, and he doesn't even have a third yet. He's sending out a couple of random Scourge, but I mean, I don't actually know what he's going to do, because does he even have Lurker yet? Because he's not even making any Lurkers, because he went Mutas, right? He went Mass Mutas Scourge, which is a lot of gas. So he can't even make Lurkers, and the Mutatech obviously didn't really do anything for him. So I'm not even sure what he can do, you know? Like, normally in this situation, you'd be like, oh, you know, maybe he can do some Lurker drops, he can try to kill a bunch of probes like that, you know, do some fancy third denial or harassment, but he can't do that, he just doesn't have the tech. So, yeah, that's pretty crazy. It is pretty crazy. And looks like Napoleon has remade a few Mutas, but again, I don't really see what that's going to do. Of course, as we're here somewhere, where'd they go? Oh, there they go. They're just chilling with the army. One thing that's slightly concerning is that Wands does not have that many High Templar. He's got a couple. Oh, they both have actually 2 storms apiece already, so that's pretty good. He's also making. Oh, there's a few more pawns. I thought they'd be cannons. It doesn't really matter. So Napoleon, he's got a third base up again. Looks like they're gonna do some harassment on the mineral only. But Wands basically now just needs to kind of secure his lead. You know, not do anything silly, not suicide his army, and just ride the advantage to victory here. I mean, it's very difficult now for Napoleon to come back unless Wands makes some colossal mistakes. And he'd probably have to make more than one too. You know, he'd have to make 2 or 3 huge mistakes for Napoleon to come back here. I don't know what's going on here, by the way. That could be a misrally gateway or something. And also the the Muta's gonna deny this 4th base, sort of. But I mean, Wands is gonna go attack. I mean, this 3rd base is completely undefended. Only a few Hydras, no Lurkers in sight. No chance to stop the army, unless Wands like doesn't attack together. Or is he not moving together? Wands has some really weird army control issues. Does he just A-move using the mini-map or something? You really shouldn't A-move using the mini-map, but it looks like that's what he does, because his army, somehow each control group goes in a slightly different place. And that was a complete waste of a storm right away. He had enough forces to deal with that easy. So that storm should have hit the Hydras. But look at this, even without storms on the Hydras, he might just have enough, although... Ah, the Money Storm! The Money Storm on the Hydra is going to push him back onto the high ground. The Goon's going to come in here. Probably doing a good job whittling down the Protoss army, but look at this. Wands is actually just expanding again to the 12, even though there's a Ling there. It's not quite in position. And Napoleon, losing the last of his Hydras here. He's got to hold this base. This is his third base, his new third base. It's a mineral only, but still, he's using the drones to fight. The drones are coming off the line against the Dragoons. They're doing a decent job here, considering they're drones. And Wands, again, is just having some serious army control issues here, but it doesn't even matter. It does not matter. Even with a Templar sniped, it doesn't matter, because Wands is about to 2-0 the group. That's what's up. Guess who was the only guy who picked Wands, huh? I suggest everybody go to the Round of 24 Group E and F preview in the Brutal War General section, and you have a look at the staff picks and see which genius Team Liquid Legacy Star League staff member picked Wands to advance. It was only one. It was only one. And I'll give you a hint. He is incredibly handsome. He has many female admirers. And it was me. It was me. You know why? Because I'm a genius! I'm a genius. Oh yeah. So Napoleon's actually going to hold on here, but you know he's going down to 2 bases there against 4 base Protoss. So I don't really know what he's going to do. I mean, he has lurkers now. Does he? Yeah, he does have lurkers now. So I mean, I guess he won't die immediately. Oh, but he knows. He knows he's got nothing. Wands 2-0s the group. My hero. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Hold on. Look at this. Do you see this? Do you see this? Wands 2-0ing the group. Oh my goodness. This is actually amazing. I can't. We need to go to Ashrak or something. I am overcome with joy and amusement and life is good. Life is good. All right, we'll be back for the losers match in just a second.